Here we go. 6 reasons why women make excellent freight brokers and freight agents. So let me dive in. I took some notes here to make sure that I covered this thoroughly. And number 1 on the list is they have emotional intelligence. Now, what exactly is emotional intelligence? Okay. Emotional intelligence, which is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions and those around you. The ability to understand your own emotions as well as the people around you. All right. People with a high degree of emotional intelligence, they know what they're feeling, what their emotions mean, and how those emotions can affect other people. Now, there are 5 core areas of emotional intelligence. There's self-awareness, there's self-regulation, there's motivation, there's empathy, and then there's social skills. All right. Here's my thoughts. Higher emotional intelligence leads to better decision-making, the ability to understand others better and communicate better. So that emotional intelligence skill, it's almost like a skill set, okay? Just a few reasons why I think women make very good freight brokers and freight agents, because after all, that's what this is all about, right? I got this question recently from a user on Facebook, and I thought, I've gotten this question before, but I thought it was important. Particularly last week, I answered the question, why do I think truck drivers make excellent freight brokers? So I shared some specific reasons about them. Today, I'm talking about why I believe women can make excellent freight brokers and freight agents. So that was number 1. They're emotionally intelligent. Number 2, they focus on relationships. Listen, I'm going to give my opinion in this. This is an opinion piece, right? Scientifically, I don't know the proof either way, right? I'm not sure about the statistics on it, but here's my experience. My experience is women are better at developing and maintaining relationships. That's just my personal experience throughout my life, personal and business life. Okay. And so I believe that skill translates really well into the freight brokerage business, because after all, business is about relationships. You hear me say it all the time. Focus on relationships over transactions. So if you have the ability to develop new and strong relationships with shippers, and you have the ability to develop new and strong relationships with carriers, and you have the ability to develop new and strong relationships with employees and team members, that's going to go a long way into helping you grow faster. So number 2 is they focus on relationships. All right. Number 3, they're not afraid to ask questions. All right. So the willingness to be vulnerable, right? What I see a lot of times is men are not quite as open sometimes, or not quite as willing to be vulnerable about asking questions. We like to know the answers. Women are willing to be much more vulnerable and ask questions. And that's important for any entrepreneur, especially freight broker, because it's going to allow you to expedite your learning curve. It's going to allow you to expedite your growth curve, right? If you're not willing to ask questions or get help from others, then again, you're going to struggle, because not everything is intuitive in business. There's things you have to learn. Some things you can learn in advance from others, and some things you have to learn the lessons the hard way, right? You make those mistakes, and either is good. But the willingness to ask questions and the fact that women are a little bit more open to asking questions, I think goes a long way towards helping them become successful freight brokers or freight agents. Okay. Number 4, they are creative. Creativity opens up doors. I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm not very creative. I'll be the first one to admit that. But my wife and both my daughters are super creative. And it comes out in different ways. It's not just an artistic creative, although they're all very good at that. Creativity opens up doors when it comes to solving problems, identifying new opportunities. And I think creativity helps a lot when you have challenges or obstacles or things that face you in business as a freight broker, and you look at it through the lens of creativity. You have that creativity lens. You have that ability to look at it from a little bit different angle. And I think creativity plays a big role in the success of many top entrepreneurs. All right. So that's number 4. Number 5, they are patient, right? Patience is a key virtue to any entrepreneur, right? If you're going to be a business owner, whether that be a freight broker or a freight agent, patience is going to be a key virtue. You're not going to build a business in a day, a week, or a month, right? So you have to be patient. You have to understand to play the long game. And when I mean the long game, you'd be surprised how far you can go in 12 or 24 or 36 months. So patience is a really important component. And I believe that women are a little bit more patient, and I think they have that patience to wait, and they don't always need instant gratification. So I think that patience is an amazing virtue. And I think that it bodes women really well in the entrepreneurial space. And last but not least, number 6, they negotiate win-win. Now, what do I mean by that? I think women are better negotiators. And what I mean by better is they don't focus on winning. They don't focus on winning or a one-sided negotiation. They probably are a little bit more fair and a win-win. They're a little bit fairer negotiators, right? So I've found in my personal experience that that's been the case. They don't try to win negotiation, which implies that someone else is going to lose the negotiation. They focus more on win-win solutions. And I promise you that if you negotiate that way as a freight broker or a freight agent with your shippers, with your carriers, with your team members, I think it will go a long way to help you expedite your growth of starting and building and growing a successful freight broker or freight agency. So those are my 6 reasons. I thought it was 5, but it's actually 6, why I believe women make excellent freight brokers and freight agents. All right, guys. So listen, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're curious about becoming a freight broker or a freight agent, make sure you check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com. Again, we offer a 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. Been in business for over a decade. I promise you won't be disappointed.